Hello, ni hao, bonjour, konnichiwa, hola, habari, mulishani, and wagwan. Welcome to Beyond Borders podcast. If you're new here, I'm your host, Dr. Charity Campbell Capella, known in the travel space as Doctora the Explorer, but mostly known as Dr. CK. Here at Beyond Borders, I share transformative travel experiences and cultural insights and help you see that cultural intelligence touches every part of our lives.
Hey, bridge builders. Happy Wednesday and welcome back to the Beyond Borders podcast. If you are new here, my name is Dr. Charity Campbell Capella, better known as Dr. CK. And today we are diving into a journey through food and culture. So I'm going to be talking about some food adventures in China. You may have heard me refer to some of these in last week's episode, but I'm going to dig into them this week, okay? When cultural respect meets personal boundaries. That's what we're going to talk about today. Food is so much more than just sustenance, you know? It's a language that speaks directly to the heart of a culture. And sometimes accepting a culinary challenge isn't just about taste now. Sometimes it's about embracing another way of life. So let's talk about it as we go beyond. All right, so let me just go ahead and jump straight into this thing because I remember the first time I told y'all about the pig's brain last week. I remember when I was offered pig's brain by well-meaning colleagues. Okay, we were living and working in Beijing, China. And I had just moved from Hangzhou and I was never offered pig's brain, although they also eat it in Hangzhou too, which is a little more of the southern part of China. And Beijing is northern. And so when I was there and, we were actually at this after work celebration and it was my birthday. It was my birthday. So they really was offering it to me like it was just the most amazing thing. Like I was missing out in life. And I considered it. Okay, let me just put myself out there. I did consider it because I'm like, hey, when in China, when in Rome. And the mere smell of it had me ready to just really release all the organs from the inside of my body on the outside. It just, the smell. And then the texture, it really, really, really forced me outside of my comfort zone. And I didn't immediately reject the dish. I did ask some questions. And I learned that behind this unusual offering, if you want to call it that, lay generations of tradition and a deep cultural significance that celebrated history and community. Also, the significance of the fact that they believe that if you eat pig's brain, it would help you become smarter and wiser. And then there was this time when I had pigeon. Now, it wasn't just about the food here, okay? Because this was when I was back in Hangzhou for a summer project that I was working on. And it was a beautiful experience. We were at this really elegant restaurant. So, when they were bringing the food to the table and I hadn't picked it, that's another thing in China. Everybody shares food. Y'all listen, my stingy American self, the first month of being there, I'm ordering food and I'm like, oh, wow, y'all ordering stuff too. And all the food comes to the table and people are reaching over into my plate and I'm getting heated. I'm like, what are you doing? I ordered this for myself. And they're like, oh, no, in China, we share dishes. I'm still on, in my mind, I'm still an American, I'm on American. It's not, don't put your fingers in my food now. Again, this is why I am qualified to talk to you about cultural intelligence because I had very little when I first got to China, especially, China will train you to think, be, live, and act differently, okay? And just participating in the food traditions, it was really less about conformity and more about experiencing inclusivity and respect in a new way. By the way, that pigeon tasted real good. It tastes just like chicken. It tastes just like chicken for real. It was a little gamey, but it tasted like chicken. But then, speaking of chicken, okay, so on another birthday, my birthday's in the summertime, by the way, for another birthday with the same project, but it was a different year. My colleagues, and when I say colleagues, I mean, now these are those of us who are Westerners from like different countries. You had Ghana, Canada, Australia, Mexico. You also had, of course, me, America, and there was one other country that I can't remember the representation, but we were all together with our Chinese colleagues, right? Our Chinese compatriots. And so they took us out. It was a birthday dinner for me, which was super nice. You know, they didn't have to do that. It was very sweet of them. And, well, they surprised me by ordering chicken feet for me to eat. I didn't ask for that. I'm okay. I don't really eat feet. But the idea really truly made me hesitant because here I am surrounded by, others from other countries and they're eating. I mean, they're going to town, y'all. They eating it like it's the best thing ever. I'm like, I'll stick with the wings and the thighs and I'm okay. I'm okay. But I tried it. I decided to try it. And that experience taught me that, every oddity holds its own story. And it reminded me that food can be a bridge. Everybody was clapping. Like they were so proud of me for eating this chicken's feet. And I'm like, if y'all don't leave me alone, I tried it. Okay. It was rubbery. It was boiled chicken feet. Rubbery. Now my husband, he loves chicken feet, but he's Zambian. Just kill it. Me, I don't think feet are supposed to be eaten. But again, I don't knock other cultures that do it. I like to ask questions. But ultimately, all of these experiences have shown me that true cultural respect isn't about just yielding entirely to every custom, engaging with curiosity and understanding is extremely important. And it also is respected by others. When you encounter something unfamiliar on your plate, take a moment to explore the why behind it instead of just rejecting it, right? Ask questions, learn about its cultural roots, and appreciate the richness of traditions that may differ from your own. So here's this week's challenge for you. The next time you face an unfamiliar dish, lean into that experience. It might just open up a door to a new perspective on life, culture, or even just the diverse ways in which we can connect with one another over food. Now, for me, y'all, if you read my Substack bio, you see I live for a juicy burger. A juicy gourmet burger at that. But trying some of these dishes, being offered pig's brain, that ain't no juicy burger. However, it did teach me that food culture goes so deep into rich history, no matter the country that you're in. And when you start really looking at culture, being culturally intelligent is not just about the music or the language. It's also about the food. It's about the why for the food, So dig a little deep. Dig a little deep and don't judge it. Don't reject it. And by all means, please don't be disrespectful with it. Try your best to either taste it, test it out, or if you really just think it's going to be harmful to you, find a way to respectfully decline so that you won't be seen as someone that is, judgmental, uncooperative, or rude.
Listen, I want to thank you for listening to Beyond Borders podcast. I can't express my gratitude enough. It humbles me to know that you tune in every week to learn from me. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Beyond Borders podcast. Download today's episode, rate, comment, and share so we can ignite a cultural revolution all across the globe. I also invite you to connect with me on YouTube, Pinterest, and my newest adventure, Substack. Let me know what kind of cultural insights and travel experiences you'd like to see more of. Also, if you have any questions or would like to be a guest on the show, please email me at charity@drtheexplorer.com and someone will respond in a timely manner. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, remember to keep your mind open and your suitcase ready. See you in the next episode as we go Beyond Borders.